everyone, welcome to Kavi's Corner. If you ever short on what to take for travels and snacking in the evening for the kids, look no further. Today we are making garlic thattai. It's one of those delicious South Indian snacks that has been existing for ages since I've ever known. Since I was a little child, I've always enjoyed this thattai. It's crispy and flat, and it does any day better than a bag of chips. So let's get started with making our garlic thattai, and let me show you all the ingredients. To start with, we have rice flour. This is from the Indian store. You get it in a bag of 2 to 4 pounds, and right now I have it all sitting in my container. I'm going to measure 4 cups of it, and then we're going to add all these ingredients. I know it looks like a lot, but let's go through one by one. You add about 1/3 teaspoon to half a teaspoon of black pepper. This is ground black pepper. And we have 1/3 cup of dalia or chutney dal that I have ground and taken into a container. We measured 1/3 cup of it. And this is going to give you all the crunchiness and the crispiness to go with it. And then we have 1 teaspoon of black sesame seeds and 2 teaspoons of white sesame seeds. It adds a great nutty flavor. And then salt to taste, about 2 teaspoons for this measurement. And I have 1 whole cup of curry leaves. These are dried, cool dried in the house. So anytime I have a whole bunch of curry leaves, I save it up for the winters when we don't find it, and I bag it and save it. And this is all crispy and crunchy right now. You just have to crush it and add it to your dough. And this is 1/3 cup of peanuts that I'm going to grind coarsely. And this is moong dal or whole urad dal. This has been roasted very lightly, and I'm going to grind it in the mixie jar and make a nice fine powder. And later we're going to sieve it and use it for our thattai. Add 2 tablespoons of butter as well. We're going to melt it and use it. So this is a jar of stuff that has been soaking for more than 2 to 3 hours. It has red chilies, 2 different kinds. One is the Kashmiri one, which is the wrinkly but adds more color than spiciness. And then the other is the regular chili, which adds the heat but not the color. So I've combined and used about 5 of the Kashmiris and the 5 of the regular red chilies. Some garlic. I'll put all the ingredients in the description box. Some onion and some cumin seeds and some asafoetida. Asafoetida comes in a solid form or in the powdered form. Today I'm using the solid form that needs to be soaking. So I've already soaked it at the bottom of this, and I'm going to grind this to a nice smooth paste and add it to the dough. And this is what is going to carry the entire flavor for our thattai. And then comes our 1/3 cup of this is chana dal. This is whole chana dal that has been soaking for about 2 to 3 hours. And just when I soaked these two and fried up that, we had it all put together. So it's been soaking. You just need to soak it for about 30 minutes and it's good. We're going to coarsely grind this as well. Usually they'll put it whole, but these are huge in size, so I decided to just give it a little pulse and add it to our batter. So let's get started with making our garlic thattai. This is our 4th cup of rice flour, 1/3 cup of chutney dal. First let's grind our urad dal. Let's sieve our urad dal just to make sure we have a fine powder. Next, let's grind this to a smooth paste with little water, like so. Beautiful red. In the same jar we mixed our urad dal. Let's do our peanuts. We're going to coarsely grind it. You can totally skip this if you're allergic to peanuts. Let's first add our melted butter and mix the flour together. This is crucial to get a nice crispy thattai. Just roughly spread it out so the butter gets incorporated into the flour. Let's add 1/3 teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, black and white sesame seeds, about 3 teaspoons. crushed curry leaf, our peanut powder or coarsely ground peanuts. Let's pulse our chana dal with all the water. Let's pulse this with 2 teaspoons of salt so it will all blend well with the water. It's pulsed and ready. Let's add it to our masala. It's coarsely ground. You can add it whole as well. Now let's add our ground masala, the key ingredient which is going to spice up this entire concoction. Let's just mix all the masala, everything together, and then we'll start adding little water at a time to make it a nice stiff dough. If it gets too loose, then the oil will get absorbed very fast and you'll get a soggy thattai. So make sure you first mix it all together, then we'll sprinkle water as needed. You have to try this. This smells heavenly already. A very good tip to remember is when you launch each thattai into the oil, slide it in the side and make sure each thattai comes up to the surface before you add the other one. So right now you see how it's taking some time, and now you launch the other one. Otherwise they tend to go hang out at the bottom all the time. But this way you'll make sure all the thattais cook evenly and have a chance to bubble up in the oil. So the other one is up, so there it goes. So likewise fry up all your thattais. Our thattais are done when the bubbles have subsided. Just scoop them all away and put it in a colander before you cool it on a rack. So I have my rack right here and it's going to cool down, and then we're going to lay it out here to cool down and then put it in an airtight container.